Hi everybody and welcome to this new tutorial. My name is Alex and now I would like to introduce you to the upcoming project. So this is cars.com, okay, so it's a car dealer website, and what we want to do is the following. We want to extract the data using Python, Beautiful Soup, and the requests library, okay? So let me just show you what I want to achieve here. Let's say we want to search for Mercedes-Benz cars, okay, so I will just search for it, Mercedes-Benz, click on search. And now we can see here at this result page that we have a lot of valuable data. And for example, let's focus on the first result. Here we want to extract the following data points: name, mileage, okay, it's this one, then the price, the reviews, and the review count. So all in all, we have 5 different data points we want to extract for each and every result, okay? This is the requirement for this project. Now, this is the Jupyter Notebook, and this will be also the IDE for this, for this project. And you can see here, I've already provided the headings. So when I prepared this project, I thought about, I just want to focus on the steps itself, okay? I don't want to think too much, and I just use this template, and I will just, follow along all these steps here. Guys, if you think this could be also helpful for you, for your own project, or if you want to follow me along in this video, let me know and I can just upload it in my GitHub repo. Then you can go ahead and download it and follow along this tutorial. Maybe it saves you some time. Okay, so first and foremost, let's go ahead and do our imports. We need in the beginning import the Beautiful Soup. Okay, so from BS4 import the Beautiful Soup. This is number 1. Afterwards we need to import the requests. Okay, so import requests. And finally the pandas data frame. So it's import pandas as PD. And this is the usual convention for pandas. Okay, that's it. I run the cell. No error messages. That means I can just go ahead with the next step. And here I want to store the URL or the link inside a variable. Okay, I use the website variable. And now let's just take a look again on the result page. And here, this is the link I want to copy. Okay. And I will also provide you this link inside the description area below this video. And before you start coding, you can just, go ahead and use this link. So you will see the exact same thing, what I see right now. Except this website changes. Okay. Then you will see for sure something different. But for now, let's go ahead and use this link here. Copy that back to the Jupyter Notebook. And inside these quotes, I want to paste this link. That's it. Now I will run the cell. No error message. This is good. Now, the next step, I want to make an HTTP request to this website variable. That means to this link here. Okay. And this is why we had to import the requests library. Let me go ahead and store everything inside this response variable. And now make the request itself. So it's requests.get. Okay. And here we need to provide the variable because we want to make the request to this link, which is stored inside this variable. This is the whole logic. Run the cell. No error message. Now let's go ahead and check the status code. Response.status code. Run the cell. And voila, 200 means we are successfully able to make an HTTP request to this website here. Okay, that's it. This is what this 200 actually means. Okay, next step, we need to create our soup object. What does it mean? Soup object we need to create in order to get the HTML elements of the result page here. Okay, that's it. So soup equals to Beautiful Soup. Sorry. And here we need to provide two different arguments. So argument number 1 is response dot content, and argument number 2 is the parser itself. So it's HTML, and I think I need to drink something. Okay. So HTML parser. Okay. And I will run the cell. We don't have an error message. And actually there are different ways or different opportunities of which parser you can use. But for simplicity reasons, I will just use this one. If you want to get more information regarding all the different parsers, go ahead and search for Beautiful Soup documentation. And now you can search for parser. Okay. And you will find here different opportunities or different options. Okay. And I want just to use this one. So HTML parser. And actually, this is, I would actually say every one of you guys has to take a look at the documentation itself. And actually what I do if I start a new project, this website here is always open for me. So I can, every time I need to look something up, I can reference this website here. But actually for this project, it's not necessary right now, at least not for this moment. And I will close it again. Okay, here again we use the HTML.parser. That's it. Let me run the cell. Okay, no error message. And now let's take a look at the soup object itself. Again, we should have access to the HTML elements of this result page. Okay, I run the cell here. And here this looks actually good. Okay, next step is the following. I need to create a variable and store the results of this cars inside this variable here. Okay, so that means now I want to create a list, and this list should contain all the results. So let's scroll down and see how many results we actually have. And we see here we have 20 results for each page. That's it. So right click, inspect. And now let's see how we can target the results. Here, for example, so 1 second. Where is, so I need to find something. Give me just 1 second, please. So vehicle card is not what I searched for. It's this one. So no, vehicle card main was the wrong element. The right element is this one. Div class vehicle card. And here, this one, this empty spaces, you can just ignore, okay? So, you can now, right now, take a look on the left side, okay? And now if I go down to the next div class vehicle card, you see directly that the next result or the next entry is actually highlighted, okay? That means inside this area here, we have stored, or actually not we have stored, but the logic of this website is that each and every result is stored inside this div tag, class attribute, and vehicle card value. Okay, that's it. And now what I will do is I will just make a double click on this vehicle card, copy that, go back to the Jupyter Notebook, and again we want to create one variable, and the goal of this line here is to create a list, and inside this list we want to have stored all the results. Okay, so this is right now the task. Let's go ahead, and soup is actually our reference point, because again here we have stored all the HTML elements, and now we need to specify what we are actually searching for, and we want to find the results of this page. Okay, that means we need to use the find all function. And now we need to go ahead and type in div, comma, class, colon. And inside this quotes, I can just paste the value I have copied. Okay, div class vehicle card. Again, we have here the div class vehicle card. That's it. Now, if I run the cell, okay, something happened here. Give me just 1 second to debug it. So, okay, got it. So, my mistake, sorry for that. I forgot this curly braces. So, this is actually the syntax. Okay. Again, here I have this div tag, class attribute, and the vehicle card value. Okay. I run the cell. No error message anymore. And now I can go ahead and take a look at the length. Okay, so at the length of the result. That means I can make use of the length function. So it's length results. Run it, and voila, you see that we have 20 entries inside this results variable. Again, cross-check, we have 20 entries for each page. That means we have right now proven that inside this variable, or inside this list, we have successfully stored each and every result. And finally, we have 20 different results stored inside this list. That's it. Okay? And now, for example, what I want to do is the following. Let's say I want to print out the results for the first entry. That means I need to refer to this results list and to index number 0. Okay? And index number 0 is actually the first result here. It's this one. Okay? Now I run the cell. And now we have the HTML elements for the first entry. Let's make a cross-check. Let's say I want to search for GL. So 1 second. I want to search for GLC 300 base. Okay? So click on this area here. Control F. And so it was 300 base. GLC 300 base. Okay? You see it here. We have successfully found this text element. And another cross-check or an addition cross-check is this price here. So we have 35K 498, and this is actually the price point of the first car. 35K 498. That's it. Okay, so this was just a short cross-check in order to confirm that inside this results with the index 0, we have stored the information, the HTML information of this first result. That's it. Okay, now let me just copy this one, copy that. And now, again, we want to have the name, the mileage, the rating, rating count, and the price. Okay, so this is the requirement. Here, inside this name, I want to start with the first result. And now let's see how we can actually target the name itself. Here we will go ahead and store the results or find out how to get access to the mentioned data points for the first result, okay? And then we want to have data for all the results of this page. And then in part 2 of this video, we will work with paginations. That means we want to have access to multiple pages, okay? This is actually the requirement right now. So results with index 0. Let's go back here to this result page, right click and inspect. And now let's see how to get access to this name. So I make this bigger. Okay. And again, inspect, go to the name itself. And you see here that inside this H2 heading and the class attribute, the title value, we have this text element here, which represents the name of this first vehicle. Okay. That means we need to find an expression in order to get this, this result. Okay, that means what I will do right now is the following: results 0 dot find h2. Again, we have here this h2 heading, and now let's see what happens if I run the cell. This looks good, but the only thing what we want to grab is actually this list element. Correct? Sorry, this text element, not list element, text element. So that means I need to make use of the get text function. So it's .get text, run the cell, and voila. We have the string element, and inside this string element we have just this text or the name of the first car. This looks good. Next, what we want to get is the mileage. Okay, so how many miles do we have? It's 20,105. And we see here inside this DOM, it's stored inside this element here. Okay, so it's div class mileage, div tag class attribute mileage value, and we have here this text element. Okay, now we need to go ahead and grab it. So again, results 0 is our reference point, right? Result 0 dot find. Let's take a look again. We have div class mileage. I will just copy the mileage value and go ahead and type in a div. Okay, don't forget this time this curly braces. Okay, so div class colon mileage. All right, I run the cell, and this looks actually good again, but we also, exactly like in the last example, we want to have access to this text element. That means .get text. We need to make use of this function, run the cell again, and voila, now we have this element grabbed. Next one, we need to have access to the rating. Okay, let's take a look how to achieve that. And again, first of all, right click here on what you want to target, right click and inspect. And in order to get access to the rating, what you need to do is the following here. So actually this navigation of this page is a little bit different than other pages, but never mind. You have the DOM, it's your best friend in this project. And you see here we have this div class vehicle dealer. Okay. Now I open it, and what I want to have is actually, let's take a look what we want to get. So it's this one here. Okay. No. So sorry. We start with the rating and then with the rating count. Okay. So these are two different values. So 3.9 is the rating, 80 is the rating count. And first, we want to have the rating itself, okay? That's it. Again, we have the span tag, class attribute, and SDS rating count is the value. Okay, so I will just make a double click on the value, copy that, because I'm sure if I don't copy that, I will misspell something. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this out. So it's results 0 dot find. We have the span, okay, span, and now I've forgotten it's the class, okay, so class attribute, and we have this value which I have copied a few seconds ago. Let's run it. This looks good. Again, logic is the same. We want to get access to this text element here. That means let's make use of the get text function. Okay, run it. And 3.9 is the correct rating for the first car. Now, let's go ahead and grab the review count, okay? So the first one was the review itself, 3.9 out of 5 stars. And now the review count. So, span class, and here we have actually two different classes. Let's just check out the first one. Okay, so it's this one. SDS. Okay, what happened here? Once again, we just scroll down, and now I want to find. So it's actually disappeared here. Why did it disappear? Okay, I will just refresh this page. Okay, number 80 is back, and I don't know what happened. Seems like magic. Okay, never mind. So let's just target this 80 again. Okay, scroll down, and this is actually stored. So give me just 1 second. Should be here. Okay, SDS rating. This one. Okay, we have the span class, and SDS rating link. Double click on this one and we try the first class. Okay, so highlight it, copy that, back to the notebook. We start with results 0 dot find, then we have the span, comma, inside this curly braces we start with the class, colon. Next, here I want to paste what I've copied a few seconds ago. This is the value. Okay, run the cell. This looks good, and we want to have this one, this text information. Again, same logic, dot get underscore text, run the cell, and now we have what we want to have, right? So 80 reviews, this is the review count or rating count. Okay, that's it. Next, the last thing is, so what is actually missing? The price, right? So we don't have the price right now. Name, mileage, rating count. Yep, price is the last element or the last data point we want to have. Okay, now inspect, go to the price, and now the price itself. So let's just take a look where it's actually hiding from us. So the price, it's this one. Okay, so we have this span tag, class attribute, primary price value, and this is actually the text element we want to grab. That means double click on the value, copy that, and keep in mind we have span and class. Okay, that means results 0 dot find span, comma, inside the curly braces we have class, colon, and the value I have copied. Run the cell. Again, logic is always the same, at least for this examples here. Now let's make use of the get text function. Run this, and finally we have actually grabbed this price point. This looks very good. Okay, again, a short wrap up. With all these expressions, we are able to target the name, the mileage, the rating count, and the price. And actually what we also have here is the following. We have the car dealer name, okay? So for example, Baker Motor Company, Charleston. And you know what? We also want to grab this one, okay? As a short addition, right click, inspect. And we also want to have the dealer name. Okay, so let's take a look. It's here, okay? So every time you navigate through the DOM, take a close look on the left side and you see exactly what is highlighted, okay? So we want to get access to this one, open it. This is the dealer name, and here, this is actually the information we need. Here we have the text element, Baker Motor Company of Charleston, okay? And this is our element we need to target. We have the div tag, class attribute, dealer name value. Double click on value, copy that one, go back to the notebook, and let's just provide something new. Okay, I want to make a new heading. So let's say this is the car dealer, and here it's not the code, it's the markdown. Okay. Shift and enter, and now we have successfully created this heading here. So let's go ahead, target the first result, dot find, and I've actually again forgotten what the tag and the class is. The tag and the attribute. We have this div and class, and dealer name is already copied. Okay, that means we have the div, comma, and inside the curly braces we have the class, colon. And inside this quotes, I just paste what I've copied. That's it. Run the cell. Again, same logic. We want to have this text element here. That means dot get underscore text. Okay, run it. And now you see here that we have successfully grabbed this text element, but we don't need this line break stuff. Okay, so \n in the beginning and in the end, we don't need it. Okay, so let's take a look how to get rid of it. This is actually quite straightforward. We can use the strip function. Okay, strip, run the cell again, and voila, now we have this cleaned up data for the car dealer. That's it, guys. This is it. So here we have this 6 data points, and let me just make also here this addition. It's the car dealer name. That's it. And now I would say right now I can pause the video here, because this was a short demonstration of how to get the data which is actually necessary. And now in the next step we need to create a for loop, okay, and loop through all the results in order to get access to all the data points, okay, of every entry. Now this demonstration just has shown us how to get access to, for example, to the name of the first car, to the mileage of the first car, to the price point of the first car. But now we need to make a for loop in order to get access to all the results of this page here. Okay, so this will be the content of the next video. And what we also need to cover in the next video is the pagination part. That means we want to have access to the data, not just from one page, but for several pages. Okay, this is right now the requirement for the next video. Okay, I will pause it, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.